Take a look at the modern cityscape. When we replace natural land with concrete and asphalt, we build giant heat traps. These dense, non-porous surfaces absorb solar radiation all day and bake the air above them, creating localized danger zones known as urban heat islands. These temperature spikes are lethal. Extreme heat now claims more lives each year than hurricanes, tornadoes, and floods combined. The damage also extends directly into the built environment. Hyperlocal heat warps civic infrastructure, buckling transit lines and triggering power grid failures at the exact moment energy demand for cooling peaks. Urban heat is no longer an abstract environmental concern. It is a severe, mispriced economic liability that threatens the structural stability and financial yield of real estate assets globally. Historically, developers have responded to this heat reactively, relying on centralized air conditioning. But these systems don't eliminate heat, they just relocate it. They pull heat from inside a building and blast it directly into the streetscape, creating a destructive feedback loop that makes the outdoors even hotter. Even passive solutions struggle to scale. Some cities paint roadways with highly reflective white seal coats to bounce the sun's rays away. At $40,000 per mile, it is prohibitively expensive. Worse, it often blinds pedestrians by reflecting solar radiation straight into their eyes. To solve this, the Unity Art Collective replaces standard mechanical cooling with active, climate-mitigating public art ecosystems. These are targeted installations designed to lower temperatures naturally within the public realm. By integrating advanced water features and sensory design, the collective rewires the math of urban development. It turns street cooling from an unavoidable sunk cost into a proactive, revenue-generating asset class for institutional investors. Efficiency in this model starts with precision. You cannot effectively deploy capital to solve a thermal problem you cannot precisely measure. This AI engine, developed by FortiGuard, processes 50 billion data points daily. Fusing satellite imagery and weather sensors, its large temperature models generate calibrated forecasts of street-level heat. This creates a 10-square-meter thermal map, allowing developers to precisely target installations for maximum temperature reduction. This data resolution strips the guesswork out of urban planning. It prevents over-engineering and ensures that every single dollar of capital expenditure achieves its highest possible environmental yield. This data-driven approach is currently being applied just north of Nairobi, Kenya, within the Tatu City Master Plan. Here, the developer Unity Homes is integrating these analytics directly into their residential communities. The physical intervention involves public architectural fountains built to international green certification standards. These use high-pressure pumps to atomize water into microscopic droplets. As those droplets evaporate, they pull latent heat energy straight out of the surrounding air, resulting in an immediate, localized drop in temperature. The water basin acts as a thermal heat sink. By day, water absorbs solar radiation, preventing it from baking into concrete. At night, it releases stored energy to the sky through radiative cooling, preventing the area from staying hot. To ground these installations in their location, the fountains are encased in heritage architecture. The surrounding structures incorporate sustainable cross-laminated timber, solid natural basalt, and dynamic African geometric patterns. Embedding this cultural identity into the physical infrastructure alters the sociology of the neighborhood. When residents see their true heritage reflected in their public spaces, it fosters civic pride and community ownership, which naturally reduces vandalism and maintenance costs. The design goes beyond visuals by engaging the invisible environment through urban sense hacking. Hidden, automated diffusers release microscopic particles of botanical essential oils in synchronization with the fountain's misting cycles. Because the human olfactory system has a direct pathway to the brain's limbic system, this diffused aromatherapy acts as a rapid physiological restorative. It actively lowers cortisol levels and counteracts the chronic stress associated with dense urban living. Procuring these botanicals creates an economic bridge to rural areas. Sourcing oils like frankincense and wild basil from regional producers stimulates the local green economy, providing sustainable livelihoods for Kenyan farmers. Biophilic design becomes a restorative tool once it moves past the visual and into the olfactory dimension.
This creates an immersive experience that draws sustained foot traffic and increases the time residents spend in communal areas. For investors, this system generates a measurable dual yield profile. On the balance sheet, the drop in ambient temperature reduces the mechanical air conditioning load on adjacent buildings by 20 to 50%, directly improving net operating income. This matrix breaks down the financial premiums. Properties near these features see a 5 to 8% value increase and accelerated sales. Beyond cash flow, there is a verified social return on investment. Every dollar invested yields a $2 return in avoided healthcare costs. For institutional capital, this satisfies two requirements at once. It delivers the competitive financial yields required by commercial portfolios while meeting rigorous ESG impact mandates. This verifiable sustainability grants entry into specialized climate finance. By building to international green standards, the development is positioned to issue real estate-backed green bonds, which are in high demand from global institutional funds. Because the project creates culturally significant public spaces, developers can also leverage public-private partnerships. This allows them to access municipal subsidies and tax increment financing to help offset initial construction costs. The final financial differentiator lies in the data generated at the site. Because these fountains are integrated with 40Guard's IoT sensor network, the physical site generates a continuous stream of audit-ready temperature data. This empirical evidence allows third-party auditors to verify temperature drops against a regional baseline. Once verified, these reductions are converted into cooling credits, a new asset class tradable on voluntary global carbon markets. The Unity Art Collective provides a blueprint for contemporary real estate. It demonstrates that by fusing predictive AI with industrial design, institutional capital can achieve measurable social impact while securing the long-term yields required by modern portfolios.